Welcome to British Gas. British Gas Trading Limited is an appointed representative of British Gas Services Limited, which is authorised and regulated by the Financial Conduct Authority for its insurance activities. Being on the phone when driving can put you and other road users at risk. Please stay safe. Our agents will ask you to call back later if you're driving. To talk to one of our team about moving home, press 1. For questions about central heating or home care, press 2. Or for anything else, please press 3. Please enter your customer reference number using your telephone keypad. It starts with 85. Sorry, you'll find the customer reference number in the top right-hand corner of your latest bill or statement. It starts with 85. If you don't have it at hand, press the star key. Please enter the phone number on the account. If you use a key card or card to top up any of the meters in your current or new home, please press 1. Otherwise, please press 2. Thanks. Please wait a moment. If you're on a smartphone, we have a new way to chat with us. Live chat is instant messaging on your phone. An agent is ready immediately. To chat now, just press 1. Or to stay in the queue for an agent, press 2. To hear this message again,
Good morning, welcome to British Gas. My name is Usama. What's your customer reference number, please?
I've not got that at the minute, matey. Good morning, by the way. It's just a general quick question, if I may ask one.
Of course.
It's just regarding these new smart meters that are being rolled out, mate.
Yeah, so would you like a smart meter, sir?
Well, I'd like to ask, is the purpose of these smart meters is to, get your energy bills a bit cheaper? Is that correct?
No, I mean, the smart meter doesn't make your bill cheaper. Smart meters is completely free of charge. What we do for our customers to make it much more convenient for you. Because if you've got a smart meter, you won't have to worry about an estimated meter reading. Because a smart meter automatically sends us an accurate meter reading of what you have used. It also comes alongside with a little small smart monitor for you to keep track of what you're using on a daily basis. For gas and electricity.
Keep a track on... Right, okay, I'm with you on that one. So I'm just led to believe, this convenience then, how is it convenient? Could you tell me?
I mean, it's much more convenient for you, so you won't have to give us a call up with meter readings. The smart meter automatically sends us an accurate reading of what you have used. And like I said, you won't have to worry about an estimated reading, sir, because it's accurate readings get sent automatically through to us.
Alright, and how does that work then? Because it's a bit complicated for me.
Sorry?
It's a bit complicated, you see, so how was it able to send a meter reading across to you? Does it work through Wi-Fi, does it?
I'm not actually too sure what it's connected to. I mean, obviously the engineer comes to the property will do this for you.
So I've got no internet, you see, mate, so I just... We're wondering if I...
It's not connected with your internet, sir.
Alright, is it not? So how's it work then, mate? Could you tell me?
Sorry?
How does it work then, mate? How's it transferring the signals sort of thing? So...
Yeah, I mean, obviously it depends on the signal in your area. I mean, like I said, the engineer comes to your property, will give you a brief breakdown of how it gets sent, but we don't use your internet, sir.
It goes down the what? The power supply?
Sorry?
How does it send the data through then? Does it... It goes through the power supply, did you say?
Yes, it gets sent automatically through to us, to our systems. I mean, if you've got a meter reading, a smart meter in your system, okay, I can and you call up, I mean, we can automatically just take a meter reading from your smart meter.
It works through phone. So it works through...
The smart meter is connected with our system.
It's connected to telephone service, is it?
That's a telephone service to our systems. So, I mean, if I open your account up on my side. I will see that you've got a smart meter in the property. I mean, I can.
I'm not too sure how that works, though, mate, because it's a bit confusing. I just like to know how, because I'm amazed, really, on how it can do all this sort of stuff these days, and I just, wanted to get a better understanding, really, because all the young ones are telling me it's great, but then I just don't know how I can't understand how it works, mate. So, you're saying if I ring up,
So yeah, sorry.
if I ring up, then you're able to get a meter reading, is it? Just with.
Of course. Well, I mean, if you've got a smart meter, sir, you won't even need to give us a call up.
Oh, what? After you ring. Right, oh, that's amazing.
It gets sent through automatically.
It gets sent through auto. But how does it do that though, mate? Because I can't work it out for the life of me because I've got no internet as such. So I just wondered how it would send it to you.
That's connected to the systems on our side, sir.
Systems on your side. Oh, is it Bluetooth?
Technology's a vast thing these days.
Yeah, is it Bluetooth then, pal? Is how it works?
I'm not too sure it's Bluetooth, sir. No, I mean, but it's connected. I mean, there's something inside your monitor or inside the smart meter. It's connected with the systems on our side. So let's make an example, okay? On the second of each month, you want you to give us a meter reading. It's just an example I'm making.
Yeah.
Okay. So your smart meter will automatically send us a meter reading on the second of each month.
Right. I know it does that, mate. I'm well aware of what it's capable of doing. I just can't fathom how it does it.
Yeah, technology, sir. I mean, if you think of it, sir, you're in the United Kingdom and I'm in South Africa and we're speaking.
You're in South Africa, are you?
I'm in South Africa, sir.
What, right now?
Yeah, right now. South Africa, Cape Town.
Wow, that's a bit far, isn't it, mate? I'm getting the impression that you're sat in UK.
Technology, sir. Technology.
I know, mate. It's far too ahead of me, mate. I'm struggling, and everybody's saying, well, one day they're gonna force these smart meters, and everybody's gonna have to have one. And I just wouldn't know if I'd cope with him, pal. To be honest.
Yeah, to be honest with you, we will be installing every single house in the United Kingdom with smart meters. I mean, the only reason why, because we got so much customers complaining about the estimated bills. Now, the reason why we estimate your meter reading is because the customers forget to give us a call up with the meter reading, so then we have to do an estimation. And sometimes we can overestimate the customer. Now, in order for us to save the customer trouble and ourselves trouble, we've invented the smart meter. The smart meter automatically sends us an accurate reading, so you won't ever have to worry about having an estimated bill because it could be overestimated.
Right, yes. I understand that, mate. It can be a bit inconvenient, coming out, asking for meter readings, knocking on doors every day, like, because people are always in, are they? So, just go past this again with me, then, mate. One last time. Let me see if I can get it into my head. So it sends my meter reading through, I'm guessing, the power supply. Then, is it?
Yes. So what happens is we change your meters. We put a new smart meter in for electricity and a smart meter in for gas. Okay, which is connected to the system on our side. Okay.
So is it a Wi-Fi? Is it a signal that like an RF type signal? Is it then what he sends out, or?
To be honest with you, just to be able to have an honest conversation with you, that I am not sure about how it's connected or what they do, but it gets sent automatically, sir.
Right. That's weird, that, mate. I'd like to know, exactly how it works, because I can't. I mean, when I first heard of these smart meters, I thought it were a bit of a scam because I just couldn't. I struggled to work out how it were able to send data across in thin air if it wasn't using your internet. So that was one thing. I've got a little bit of old school sort of tech skills with old radios and that, but that's all I'm good at. This internet stuff and smart stuff is way beyond my capability.
Yeah, of course. I mean, but if you think of it, sir, like I said, I mean, you in the United Kingdom and I'm in South Africa, sitting in Cape Town. So, I mean, if this is possible, then I'm sure a meter reading is, I mean, for your smart meter to send us a meter reading is possible as well. Do you understand what I'm saying? I mean, the smart meters is just to make it more easier for the customer. I mean, if you're sitting in the UK and I'm in South Africa and we are able to speak through thin air, so I mean, a smart meter must be able to send a meter reading.
Right.
I'm not too sure how it's connected.
So it don't make your energy bills any cheaper. Then it just makes it a bit more convenient, a bit easier to pay. I don't know how it does that, mate, because we're still trying to get to the bottom of it. But nonetheless, would you say that that'd be what it's capable of doing then? The whole purpose of it?
Yeah, the whole purpose is to send us a meter reading automatically. So you won't have to call up to give a meter reading. A meter reader won't have to go to your property, and you won't ever have to worry about an estimated bill.
Ah, right.
So I mean, I can book the appointment for you, okay? You can have one of our engineers come to your property. Before the engineer obviously install the meters, you can obviously ask him all these questions, and I'm sure he'll be glad to assist you.
Yeah, sure he would, mate. Yeah, that'd be an interesting conversation. I expect, yeah. I mean, these would be the people that'd know how it'd all work. You're really just customer based, aren't you? Really, so you're not the man who goes out and deals with it all.
Yeah, of course.
No, I was just thinking it'd make my energy bills a bit cheaper. That were all. So it doesn't make them any cheaper then, no?
Unfortunately not, sir.
No, it doesn't make them any more expensive, though, does it?
No, of course not. You're only liable for what you use.
Right, liable for what I use. Right, that's interesting. So there's no other way of getting my energy bills down. And what about this fracking? I mean, do these smart meters pinpoint locations for fracking?
Sorry?
I said, do you know much about fracking?
No, sir. I'm not even too sure what you're speaking about, to be honest with you.
Fracking, it's like, getting the old gas and oil out of the ground and that.
Oh, no, I've got no knowledge of this, sir.
You've got no knowledge? Is this not British gas?
Sorry?
Is this British gas?
Yes, of course.
It's Centrica, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Centrica, well, Centrica have got, they're involved with all fracking with quadrilla and that, are they not?
To be honest with you, I mean, that I'm not too sure about, sir. I'm just in the billing department, so in the department I'm working, sir, we only trained to deal with customers' bill.
You only deal with customers?
I mean, we've got so much departments, sir. The department that I am in, we only deal with customers' bill. So if you've got a high bill, or if your bill is inaccurate, or if you've got an estimated bill, then you come through to the department you're actually calling through to right now.
Right, I'm with you, mate. Well, what it is, pal, is I know you don't know. You said you're not familiar with fracking, but basically, the way that the methods that are used, it basically makes the water that is used to do all this drilling and pumping and stuff like that. It makes it unfit to drink, and once it's used, you can't really get rid of it anywhere because it's toxic. You see, so and I'm thinking, well, does smart meters have any capabilities of detecting such things as fracking sites and radiation and toxic gases and stuff like that? Is it not one of them?
No, sir. It's completely safe. I mean, also bear in mind that we've done so much safety checks with regards to the smart meters because, as you know, we've got so much customers with machinery in the property, life support machinery in the property. So this could interfere. However, we've done all the security and safety checks with regards to the smart meters, so it's completely safe for you.
It's completely safe, is it? Well, how does he work that out then if it's not able to detect when fracking's, taking place? Because you would have thought Centrica would have installed that into one of the smart meters, would you not? Seeing as they're involved with it and that.
Sorry?
Seeing as Centrica's involved with all this fracking nonsense, you'd have thought that they'd have made a feature on the smart meters to detect such a thing.
Well, I mean, the smart meter is something new to me as well. Like I said, I'm in South Africa, sir, so these things do not got on our side.
Do you have smart meters in South Africa then?
Sorry?
Do you have smart meters in South Africa?
No, sir, we've not got these things in South Africa. We've just got the normal meters in the property that we top up, sir.
Right, so how are they expecting somebody from you in your location to talk about something that you've never had, never seen, and don't know anything about? Do you find your job a bit difficult?
I've got the information up on my side with regards to the smart meters, sir, and we've got some training on the smart meters. I mean, to be honest with you, the smart meter is nothing fancy, sir. It's just a smart meter upgrade, a free smart meter upgrade for the customer, just to make it much more convenient. It sends an accurate meter reading for you, so you won't have to give us a call to do a meter reading, or you won't have to worry about estimated bills because you've got the smart meter. And if you've got the smart meter, it just sends us an accurate reading of what you have used. Nothing fancy about it, sir.
Right then, so I'm guessing this is just optional then. I'm not forced to have one installed, am I?
To be honest with you, like I said, by the year 2020, in the next year and a half, we would have installed every single house in the United Kingdom with smart meters.
What, even if I object?
So this will be installed in every single house, sir. This is being confirmed. I mean, I can tell you now, sir, that every single house will be informed. Will be.
Well, I feel I might get left out, you know, because I'm not really well up on all this sort of stuff. So do you think I'll not be able to refuse one then? Do you think I'll have to have one put in, even though I don't know how to work it?
Yes, sir. I mean, so you don't have to do anything from your side, sir. Yeah, you will still do everything as per normal. The only thing is you won't have a normal meter, you will have a smart meter. So you don't have to give us a call up to give a reading. It gets sent automatically to us.
Alright, so there's
You don't have
nothing.
to work anything from your side, sir.
So there's nothing fancy about it, even though it can send data in ways that me and you can't even work out. So it's just a fancy name, then, is it?
Of course. So the only thing that you will have on your side is the little smart monitor. So you can put in the drawer, in your kitchen, in your toilet. I mean, you can put this little smart monitor anywhere. Now, the smart monitor that you will have in front of you will tell you exactly what you have used for gas for the day and exactly what you have used for electricity. It will also tell you what you will pay for the end of the month.
Alright.
Based on what you have used. So the smart monitor is for your personal use to actually show you what you have used.
Right, okay, no problem. So you've got no objections yourself to having one then? You'd have one, would you?
No, of course I'd have one, so I mean it's completely free of charge as well. Nowadays nothing's for free. And as is afterwards at least a smart monitor.
You see, I don't think it's actually for free though, mate, do you?
Sorry?
Like you just said, nothing's for free these days, and I'm kind of thinking maybe this isn't for free.
I mean, in my country where I am, nothing's for free, sir.
Nothing's for free?
No, even if you want water, you need to buy water. You can't even have water out of your tap anymore. In South Africa, there's no water coming out of our tap, sir. You need to buy water.
You have to buy it? There's no water coming out your taps?
No, sir.
So you have to buy it in bottles, are you saying that, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
So, I mean, if something like this were to come my way, I'll take it open-handed, two hands, sir.
You have to do what, sorry? Missed that bit.
So if something like this had to come my way, a free smart meter, I'd take it with both hands open, sir.
Alright, you'd jump at the chance then, would you?
Of course.
Right. So what are you going to do, mate, when you can't get any drinking water because it's all being fracked?
So I'm not too sure if you are aware of the drought that's happening in South Africa.
I'm not, mate, no. What? Such as what, mate? What's that?
It's a drought, sir. experiencing the rain this side. Like today is about 30 degrees outside.
30 degrees, blimey. I wish it were like that here. It's barely just over 1.
Sorry?
It's barely over just a few degrees up in UK today. It's quite cold. I'd like a bit of 30-degree weather.
Yeah, today's about 30 or 32 degrees outside. I mean, it's scorching hot. And the dries are getting, the dams are drying up. Okay?
The dams are drying up, are they? Well, imagine what that'd be like, but in UK, and that's all dried up because, you know, these fracking companies that come and start drilling for this gas, you know, they're destroying all the water, basically. It can never be drank again.
Yeah.
What would you guys do over there if they came over to South Africa and started drilling? How would you...
I'm not sure what they're doing, sir, but I can tell you that, I mean...
Well, I've just told you, mate, that's what they're doing. Do a quick Google check if you don't believe me. The people that you work for are involved with fracking companies that are basically just poisoning us water.
Of course, that's exactly what's going on. Now...
But you work for them, mate. You're employed by it. You get paid from them. These people that are offering these smart meters that you said you'd happily jump for if there was offered one in South Africa are the same people that are poisoning us waters.
Do you say the same people's poisoning the waters?
Are the same people that are offering these smart meters. It's not very smart, is it really?
Yeah, that's what I told. There's nothing fancy about it, sir. To be honest with you, I mean, it's just just automatically sends readings. The only nice thing about the smart meters is the little smart monitor it comes alongside with for you to keep track of what you are using on a daily basis. Now, that's what I was saying. I mean, in South Africa, at the moment, sir, what is actually happening is they've sent a letter, okay, to every single household to beware of what we call, it's called a day zero, okay, which means that when it comes to day zero, there will be no more water. This day is in the month of April, sir, and it's next month.
So, what are you going to do then?
To be honest with you, I'm really not sure, sir.
So you'll just have to keep buying bottles and bottles of water?
Of course, I mean...
Oh, that's over and expensive. You'll have to get a couple of extra shifts from work.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too sure what's going to happen, to be honest with you. I mean, we know we prepared for the worst, we pray for the best, you know?
I know, mate, but just think about it, mate. When you've got no water, it means you've got to put more hours in to buy more bottled water. And meanwhile, it's the same people that you work for that are poisoning the water in the first place.
So I'd just like to ask you, sir, how you can say something like that. It's quite interesting that you actually say something like that.
Well, I mean, it's only general knowledge, mate. You know, you could probably do a quick Google research and come across this stuff yourself.
So you're saying the same people we're working for is the same people that's poisoning our waters?
Maybe not over in South Africa, but in UK, we've got these fracking processes where these big companies come on like national parks, start drilling, then they use pumping water and sand and all sorts of chemicals into the ground to get the gas, and all that water that's contaminated can never be drank. It destroys all the wildlife, all the nature, and the trees start dying away, and it's irreversible. It's a dangerous thing, and it's all to do with this Centrica. And Centrica apparently have got connections to Quadrilla, which is actually a fracking company that's trying to get its drill bits in the ground of UK.
I know exactly what you're trying to say now. I mean, I only understand now. Now, I mean, I won't disagree with you for 1 second, because what you're saying is so true. But in essence, there's nothing we can do about it if we think of it.
Well, no, because you're forced to do more hours because you need drinking water. Meanwhile, they're destroying our drinking water, so these smart meters, no doubt, will be on our tap soon. Well, we'll be having to watch his water usage and stuff like that if we're lucky to have any. You guys are experiencing it already, I expect.
Yeah. I mean, I think the world's coming to an end, sir. To be honest with you, I actually think it's busy ending. I mean, that's just my honest opinion.
Well, do you think a smart meter is going to save the planet, dear?
I'm not too sure about that, sir. But to be honest with you, I think it's ending. That's my honest opinion for you today.
Wow.
So much people say the world's coming to an end. It's not coming to an end. It's actually busy ending.
Yeah, well, we can always live in hope, mate. Live in hope.
Yeah, it's actually the sad truth, you know. I mean, but it's what we have to live with every day. It just makes us strong as well.
So, what would you suggest with these fracking companies then? What would be our idea?
I mean, the only thing is, you need so much power to overpower these people, because I mean, they've got so much people behind their backs that are supporting them with what they are doing, because.
Well, it's a trap, really, isn't it, mate? You know, I use the analogy of you having to go to work more hours to buy more bottled water. So it's a vicious cycle, really, isn't it?
Of course, I won't disagree with you. I mean, I'm not too sure how they get this right, or I mean, who's in control of all of this, but I mean, it's working for them.
Well, Nestle, apparently. Nestle are the ones that are saying we don't have a human right to drink water, and they seem to be bottling it all and keeping it for themselves.
Sure. I'm not too sure. I mean, I'm not even too sure what I need to say. I'm not even too sure what to say anymore about these things. I mean, it's actually quite sad if you think of it.
It is very sad indeed. Sorry, what did you say your name was again?
My name is Usama, sir. Usama. Usama.
Usama?
Usama, yeah.
And you're working for which department in British Gas, is it?
Yeah, billing department, yes.
Ah, okay. Yeah, it is a very sad situation that we're facing. There's not much we can really do.
Of course, that's the thing. There's not much you can really do, and that's what the sad part is. And the more of them, and the less of you, the stronger it makes them. So, I mean, what I'm trying to say is that these people that's in charge, okay, they're doing so much things to, I'm not too sure, I wouldn't say to kill people, but they do it in a smart way, okay, so that there's more of them and less of you, so if there's more of them, obviously they'll be ruling, okay,
Yeah.
if there's less of us and more of them, obviously, I mean, they will have control, and that's what they do slowly, by even selling food on people, and food, drinking water, cool drinks.
What about oxygen, mate? Did you see him charging us for oxygen soon?
Sorry?
Do you think they're going to put a smart meter on his voice boxes when every time we breathe in and we take a breath, they'll charge us for it?
I'm not sure about that, but I mean, nowadays you can expect anything, honestly. You can expect anything. I mean, people's doing anything and everything to be in charge. And I mean, if you think of it, in today's life, people's inventing so much new things. There's nothing fancy about it, but because no one's ever seen it or thought of it, it's just banging towards the people. So, I mean, what I'm trying to say is that they're looking into new ways every single day as to how they can better their system to be in charge. I'm speaking about a world thing. I'm not speaking about just the UK or South Africa. I'm speaking about the people that's in charge of this world. I mean, I'm not too sure who they are, the people that's running the system. But every day they're looking into new things as to how they can better their system. Obviously to overpower the people at the bottom. So there's more of them and less of us, so they can be in charge.
Well, it seems to be, big business, and they just want to keep a hold of that. But yeah, you're right, mate. There's all sorts of alternatives. There's the solar power. We can use the waves, the sea. We can use hydrogen cell units and all sorts of different things. We don't have to be using nuclear and fracking and.
Of course.
Well, it's lovely to talk to you, mate. It's been very interesting. I kind of learnt a bit more about smart meters myself today, didn't you?
Yeah. I mean, to be honest with you, the only thing is, the smart meter it's honestly nothing fancy. It's just to send a meter reading automatically. That's
Well,
about it, sir.
it has been heard of where people have had smart meters fitted in and then they've set on fire. Is there not a fire risk to any of these?
To be honest with you, that I've never heard about. Honestly, I've never heard about this. Obviously it is. Anything electronic is.
A fire risk, yeah.
Obviously, because it's electronic. So.
Oh well, mate. It's good. Just one last question.
I'm actually online at the moment, looking at smart meters. If you've got access to the online systems, it's quite big. There's a variety of information online.
Yeah, I haven't got the internet, mate, I'm afraid, so I'm not able to go on all this online. I wouldn't know where to start anyway. Just staring at a keyboard is enough to confuse me.
Yeah, it's amazing. Technology. How do they do it, and who thought of it, and how does it start? How do they do it?
I think it'll be the deferers, pal. To be honest.
To you, and you're in the United Kingdom, and I'm sitting in South Africa, sir. I'm speaking through a small headset. There's two wires connected to a small phone, and it's connected to you in the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how they do it, but it gets done.
No, mate, it's a weird old universe we're in.
Sorry?
I said it's a weird old universe that we're living in.
Yeah, that's the thing. The only thing is we'll never have the answers to the questions, because if we have the answers to the questions, then obviously we'll know what's going on. And we're not supposed to know what's going on, so that's why we'll never have the answers.
Right, no worries, mate. Have you got another external number I can write down in case I want to ring you up and ask any more questions?
Just bear with me, okay?
You still there?
Yes, of course I'm still here, sir. The only thing is I'm just a bit confused. I can give you an external number, but it will be my direct number to my mobile phone, sir. That's the only other external number I can give you. The number that you're calling to is just another small phone next to the computer that I'm sitting at, sir.
Oh yeah, so this 0800 British gas number, yeah?
Yeah, this is the British gas number, sir.
Okay, well, if you don't mind, I'll take your personal number if that's fine, and I can give you a call on that.
Of course, now you need to just bear in mind that when you're calling to South Africa, before you enter the number, you need to enter the number 27.
Okay.
So you need to say 27, okay?
Yep.
And then my number is 076.
Yep.
620.
I got that. Okay, thank you very much then for that. It's been a pleasure talking to you today.
It's only a pleasure, sir. So when you just bear in mind, okay, when you do give a call, okay, you need to enter number 27 first.
27.
Okay?
Yeah, 27 before the number. I've got that.
Yes, sir.
Lovely. Okay, thank you very much then today. Thank you. Thank you.
Very, very nice speaking to you today. Okay, please take care of yourself and have a beautiful day further, sir.
And do a Google check, yeah?
Of course.
and put in this website. Have you got a pen?
Yeah.
I'll spell it. It's AX.
Sorry, is it AX?
A for Alpha.
Yeah.
X for X-ray.
Yeah.
I for Igloo.
Yeah.
O for Orange.
Yeah.
M for Mother.
Yeah.
And then it's CURB. So this is C for Charlie. U for Umbrella.
Yeah.
R for Romeo.
Yeah.
And B for Bravo, yeah?
And do I need to check for this online?
You could put that in Google, yeah?
Okay, well, just bear with me. I've actually got Google open in front of me. What is this, sir?
It's an information site.
Okay. Well, this actually gives information for anything, is that correct?
No, not for everything. Just quite controversial things, really, in a select minority of stuff. But you can have a good look on there, and maybe you'll see a few things that'll interest you.
Of course, thank you so much. I'm actually interested already because I've got it open in front of me.
It's .org, by the way. It's what you've just wrote is .org at the end.
Sorry, sir?
.org is the website.
.org at the end.
Okay.
Of course. Yes, thank you so much. Have a beautiful day, Father. Take care, sir.
You too. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah, a lovely guy.